Hi, I'm Arnelis and welcome to Mindful Living. I am your Mindful Living advocate, and today's topic is how confused minds create stress in our life. With this topic, we will also talk about how to cut down that confusion and how to get most of our life, especially in the second month of 2019. In another month, quarter of the year will be gone. So we need to do something excellent this month so we can have rest of our 2019 great. So what happens? Are you stressed out? Or do you have confusion? Or are you having just this feeling of restlessness that something is not quite right and you don't know how to pinpoint, you don't know how to, uh, you know, unravel the secret of what is causing this restlessness in your life? Or not having everything, but not quite achieving that sense of satisfaction that you think, the sense of joy and happiness that you think that you have been working towards, or you should by now have it because that you are at that stage of life. So one of the reasons that I found was confusion in our everyday life, confusion or not having clarity of what we want and how we want it to look like, what in life what we want, what in our day we want, what in our relationship we want, and how we want it to look like. Because we have got so many plans and ideas and notions, and we absorb so much information. We see a house on a television and we think that's the house we want. We see something else and that's how we want, or we relate a feeling of a sense of joy, a sense of achievement to something outside from us, and we then go and get it, and we think that we should now feel better because we have had that job. We should feel confident because we had that job, or we should feel loving because we have that relationship, or we should feel successful because we have achieved what we have set out to achieve, but we don't get that sense of joy. So what can you do if you have that feeling? You can comment below this video and tell me, and if you have overcome that, and then please do sure tell me, because then we can celebrate it. But here are a few of the few things that I can tips that I want to give you, share with you, so you will understand, and just look at things and think, okay, is this correct? Is this fit my life scenario, or it doesn't fit my life scenario? So one of the biggest thing is to know what you want, to know, have a bigger picture. I do not mean know what you want means exactly word by word explanation, but having a bigger picture in life is what how you want your life to look like, and most of all how you want your today to look like. So being clear of what you want your relationship to look like, what you want your health to look like, what you want your finances to look like, these are very important things. So be clear on what you want. If you want satisfaction in your personal relationship, so what are the things that will give you satisfaction from that personal relationship? So I have a list here that you can write it down, and I will have this list available on the website. If you want to download, under this video I will put the link from where you can get it. The thing is, sometimes writing it down, having written things down, it kind of opens up our mind. It kind of put things into perspective of what we want or what we don't want, or how we like it and how we don't like it. Take an example of health. We all want to be healthy, but how does being healthy look like for you? We are always confused. We are frustrated if we have put on some weight, or if we are not moving as good as should we be moving, if our joints are not as free as they should be, if we huff and puff every few minutes, and we realize that we are not in optimal state of health. So what do we want? Where does all this take us? If you want a healthy body, but we have to think, what does healthy body for us look like, and to work towards it. If we want, as I said previously, a good relationship, whether it be a spouse, whether it be a children, it's a professional relationship, or it's a social relationship. So having a picture that how does it look like, what we want that relationship to look like. Of course, some may say that in every relationship everybody agrees with us and says whatever you say is right, or yes, dear, as I say to my husband or my son, you have got only one mission in life, that is to keep the women in your life happy. I know there is much more to life, but I like to say that because when you raise your child, especially, it's just not your child you raise. You raise in future somebody's husband, you raise somebody's co-worker, you raise somebody's friend. So you have to instill those qualities on your children when they are still impressionable. It's easy. So that is a future vision I have for my children, how they should turn out. So I cannot just hope and pray for them to turn out like that. I have to work on it and give them the skills, the strategies, the mindset, the qualities from now onwards, so they can that can help them, shape them to be their best. Like that in career, how do you want your career to look like? That if you have a certain image of what professional success you want, then you can know where you want to invest, how to get to that professional success. If you want to invest in a learning, if you want to invest in a new new training, or if that job is not for you, so then you look for another job. But once you have things written down in paper, it gives you more clarity in your health-wise, your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, in relationship, your personal relationship, relationship with your family, relationship with your friends, your professional relationship, in your finances, your what money you want for yourself and what finances you want for your family, and what is your contribution to the society. Your time, how do you want to spend your time, how much you spend your time, how much time do you want to spend on yourself, how much with your family, how much in social activities. So there is a chart that is available, that will be made available on the website. You can go and download and just write down 1 to 3 points that you can use to gain more clarity on your today. Have a bigger picture, but start small. So the second thing is to dream big, but take baby steps. So if you have written down, or this is your goal, or this is you have got a clear picture of this is what you want, that is one step less of confusion, because now you know what you want. The second step is to dream big, but take baby steps. If you want to lose weight, you have a bigger picture of a dress you want to fit into, or 5-kilometer marathon that you want to run. Then what do? At least you will start by thinking about it. And then we can talk a lot more about visualization and mental health exercises in that regard. But in this, at least you think about it, you start dreaming about it, and then the more and more you think about it, the more and more enthusiastic you get about doing something about it. So that's an thirdly is actively participate in that. Just by thinking or just by dreaming, nothing happens. You have to actively participate in making yourself happy. You have to actively participate in gaining clarity. You have to actively participate in making your life a better place. There is a story. This is a story of a devout man who lived in this village. And he would pray 2 times a day, and he was very devout. He did everything that was asked, that you think God was asking him. And one day they had this big storm prediction, and he was just so much in faith. He had such strong faith that whatever happens in his life, God will come and God will bless and God will protect him. So, pardon me, this is a very long back I heard this story, but I love this story. So there is a very big storm prediction, and they started evacuating his village, and a truck drove past, and he was sitting in his veranda, and the driver stopped and he said, "Are you hopping in? We are taking people to the shelter because this is a really big storm." He said, "Nah, don't worry, God will save me." So okay, that was the first part that went. Now water started pouring down, and within a day or two the water started seeping up and filling people's house. Got to a place where they had to have boats, the small boats, dinghies, taking people away from the village. And somebody stopped by around his house. He was standing in water, and he said, "Why don't you come with us, hop in, we will make space and we'll take you away from this danger." He said, "Nah, don't worry, God will save me." But water kept filling up, and he was waiting for the God to come and save him. Nothing happened. So he had to at last climb on the roof, and in the pouring rain he is sitting on the roof. Suddenly there is a loud noise, and then he turns around and there is a helicopter swishing by. and the helicopter pilot sees him, and he hovers over him and says, come on, come up, I will throw the rope down, come up and I'll take you to safety. He says, no, God will save me. And the helicopter pilot shakes his head and flies away. And eventually what happens, this man drowns. He goes and meets God, and he's very grumpy by this time, and he said, all my life I've been so faithful, so devout, and all I wanted you to do was save me, and you never saved me, you never came for my help. And God said, how is that possible? I have always been there. And he says, no, you were not there. And he says, when the storm came, I whispered in the ears of the truck driver to drive past your house so he can offer you help. He offered and you never took it. And then I sent the boatman, I whispered in his ears to go past your house, and he offered you to come hop in the boat and you never did. Then I had whispered in the helicopter pilot's heart that to go by your house, and he offered you help and you never listened. So the thing here, the moral of the story is, no matter what we want, the whole world can struggle to give us to us. God can struggle to give us to us if you believe in God. Or you can use all the power of imagination and visualization. But the thing is, if you don't actively participate in getting what you want, we are not going to get it. So if we want to get it, and I am pretty sure if you are still listening to the video, you are still here, there is a voice whispering in your ears, in your heart, that you want a change, you want better clarity, you want to achieve something, then I applaud you and I tell you, please go on the website and download this work page and work through it and see where you can gain clarity in all these major areas of your life, and have a big dream and put baby steps in and see how it can help you, and work towards, step by step, work towards gaining more clarity, reducing more stress, and having a loving life, having a rich life, having a joyful life. And if you have any questions, you can post below here, or you can leave me a private message on the Facebook page, that is Mindful Living. And I will look forward to hearing your success stories and what you gain from this video. If you like this video, please share it, please like it and share it with other people. Until next time, take care.